Episode 171, guys, welcome. Today I take a question about how do I switch between work mode where I go, go, go and chill mode where I can rejuvenate, relax and realign with where I'm going. My philosophies and principles that underpin my thinking around this exact issue are far more holistic than a lot of the one-dimensional conversations that happen right now and marry how do you work incredibly hard and effectively toward your dream while managing and maintaining yourself so that you are always at your best.
28 and I'm trying to shape history, pulling from the sky for some strength to take with me. Line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I fear no man, check my titles mate quickly. Came from the sky with the light of day in me and grew my own wings.
And we're back.
171.
171. It's a good place to be, 171.
Yeah.
Great place to be. That was a really bad intro.
I couldn't think of anything funny to
Nor
say.
could I. I couldn't think of anything to say at all. It's not often I'm speechless. There you go, guys. Episode 171 of AskJackD, how not to introduce a video. We'll see you tomorrow. That was a joke. Okay.
Unwritten.
It's a question. Unwritten. Okay. Unwritten has now launched. It's not yet in bookstores. However, we have started to leak some communications around it as well as some sample chapters and things like that. This is my latest book, guys. It's been 2 or 3 years since my last one. And this one is effectively my soul and everything I've ever learned about life and business and philosophy in one book. I'm very excited for you to read it. We sent out an EDM yesterday, did a whole bunch of posts around how you can pre-register for a list. Next week, we're going to be releasing an exclusive offer for a very, very limited number of people. And if you want to see what that offer is, then you have to pre-register to be on the exclusive offer list. You can do that. There'll be a link somewhere around here. Click on that, pre-register. And next week, you will be the first to be notified as to how you can take advantage of this exclusive offer that will be coming at you next week. Episode 171, let's get into it. Rosie, what is today's question?
Okay, so today's question comes from Columba Marie Ficara.
You did your UK accent again.
Did I?
Today's
Oh,
question comes from...
Just comes out sometimes. Okay,
What's today's question?
so today's question, I'm not going to keep it up for the whole thing, guys, sorry. Hey Jack, my question for you is, how do you switch off and move your headspace between business and chill mode? How do you create balance between life and being an entrepreneur / mad dog, spelled DAWG, mad dog, maybe. At the moment, my lover / business partner are buzzing all the time and we find it hard to find any downtime from the rapid pace of our companies. Love to get some insight from you.
Okay, so let's get into the answer to that particular question. Firstly, it's a really, really good question. And I did a chapter in Unwritten about exactly this called Work Different, which is fundamentally based on the principle that we do our best work when we are aligned, happy, and fulfilled. And I find that there's really 2 sort of schools of thought around this exact topic right now. Like, how hard should I work and how should I take breaks and all of that sort of stuff. And there's 2 schools, like 2 prominent arguments. One is hustle and work hard and just work harder and hustle harder. And it's very one-dimensional and incredibly unsustainable for anyone. And then on the other hand, you've got some really good discussions going on. And Arianna Huffington is a really good example. She wrote a great book called Thrive, which presents a sort of argument around how you can balance. However, sometimes even that argument, I think, gets taken out of context and used as an excuse by people just to not work hard, right? And there's no way around it, right? Like, if you don't want to work hard, that's fine. And my view isn't everyone should work hard, but what I can tell you is true absolutely in my experience is that if you want to achieve something great, if you want to achieve something impactful, even if you want to be a great contributor, right, or a great performer, it takes incredibly hard work. However, it's not enough just to hustle and just to work hard, because that's unsustainable as well. So my view around this is I take a more holistic one, right? And as I said before, it comes back to the assumption, well, the understanding that we do our life's best work when we're aligned, fulfilled, and happy. So how do we achieve that? My view is this: you need to work incredibly hard. Work incredibly hard. If you're somebody with a dream, if you're somebody that wants to be the best version of yourself, if you're somebody who wants to succeed in life and in business, if you're somebody that wants to make a great contribution, you need to work incredibly hard. However, what you need to build in to your weeks, to your months, to your quarters, to your years is ritualized and scheduled pauses, right? We live in a culture where we tend to always be on. Most people have this within a meter of them at any given time. Let's say within 3 meters of them, even when they're asleep, right? Even when you're in the shower, this is probably within 3 meters of you, right? And it's always on. And people can, ultimately reach us through text message, phone call, Skype, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. WhatsApp. Said Snapchat. A whole bunch of shit, right? Like there's so many channels people can get to you, right? And this is what you need to consider. When you structure your day according to your emails, when you structure your day according to the emails that come into your inbox, or according to the people that Snapchat you, or according to the people that text you or call you, you are structuring your day according to other people's demands and other people's values and other people's priorities, right? We as innovators, as entrepreneurs, anybody that's working hard needs to reclaim control of your day by reclaiming control of your time and managing what you give your attention to throughout any day, right? And so if your productivity in any field is determined by how long you can stick with one task uninterrupted, right? Right now we're in a cave, it's below my house. This is where I would write. So unwritten, I wrote right here. And what I would do is I would turn off everything on my computer. I would get out of emails. I'd log out of Skype. I'd log out of everything. I'd turn off my phone. Yes, people, you can turn off your phone. There's a button here. And if you hold it down for long enough, your phone will fuck off. And so what I'd get out of everything, and I'd sit there and I'd write for 6 hours. And then I'd turn my phone back on and I'd get to anything. And like once every, 5, 10 years, there's going to be an emergency that's going to, need you to be reached within those 6 hours before you turn your phone back on. Someone will come and knock on the window and knock on the door and say, Jack, we need you, right? If there is something going down that is that important. So manage what can come to you through all of the different channels that exist in our life. That is while you're working, right? And then schedule and ritual when you're going to get to this sort of stuff and when you're going to do this sort of stuff. Where I'm getting to with all of this is in your pauses, you need to become better at turning off and switching off the rest of the world so that you can reconnect with self, rejuvenate, and ultimately play with people like this, right? Like this is how you rejuvenate. You don't rejuvenate with an iPhone. You rejuvenate with loved ones, or you rejuvenate by yourself, or you journal, or you do something that brings you back to heart. But in your pauses, you need to turn everything off, right? So what does that look like? Wherever you are, be there fully. If you're working, work incredibly hard. Work with intensity. Work with urgency. Work with passion. If you're pausing, pause with passion. If you're at the beach, be at the beach. Don't be on your phone the whole time, right? This is really important, guys. Even the most traditional businesses in the world are now recognizing the importance of pausing, right? Boston Consulting Group have what they call a red zone report. For their consultants that are billing too many hours, like historically, consulting groups go, bill more hours, bill more hours, bill more hours. That's not what they're doing anymore. Boston Consulting Group, one of the most respected management consultants in the world, if you're billing too many hours, it flags a report with management and someone comes and speaks to you about working less, right? Goldman Sachs, one of the most traditional and, prestigious investment banks in the world, have now introduced meditation and mindfulness classes to their people because they realize that it's in the pauses where we rejuvenate, reconnect, and realign with where we're going. So that's what I do. I switch everything off, I drown out the noise, and I rejuvenate and I reconnect with myself, with loved ones. I come back to heart. I might meditate, I might journal, I'll exercise, I might go for a swim. And then when I start again, I will start again. Particularly those of you that follow me on Snapchat know how freaking hard I work, right? Like if I'm going, I'm going. Usually I'm going 7 days a week. Sometimes I'm going 14 to 16 hours a day, right? So I'm working hard and I don't expect anyone else to work that hard. However, what I'm saying is I couldn't sustain that level of output if it wasn't for very effective pausing. So pause. Question for the comments below. What do you guys do to pause? In the comments below, tell me your number one rejuvenation strategy. What is your best pause you've got? In the comments below. Thanks, guys.
So what that means right now is my head's in the cloud with my feet tied down.